Yo, hi everyone, twitch.tv/GameStager here. In this video, I'm just going to show you how to make Strand ridiculously good and ridiculously easy. So at the very beginning, make sure you get these boots at the end of the campaign. I'll talk about those later. Here is the skill tree. So you're going to want Rally Barricade because its cooldown is 10 seconds faster, and you're going to want the Shackle Grenades. The reason you want the Shackle Grenades is because it suspends targets and creates additional suspending sub-projectiles. So for your fragments, you want to get Threads of Mind. Defeating suspended targets grants class ability energy. And then defeating suspended targets with precision final blows creates an orb of power. If you get it, we're doing a suspended build. And then Thread of Fury, damaging targets with a tangle grants melee energy. And then picking up orb of power grants woven mail. So these are based on the things that are currently unlocked. What I would pick, if you're gonna change one, I would pick this one and change it for the using a grenade reloads your guns, because that's also really good. And since the other abilities are not out yet, I am not going to really talk about them yet, but I will go ahead and remake this video for a new Strand build whenever we get more of the abilities unlocked, if any of them are any better. For your weapons, I suggest picking Void weapons because there's a lot of good Void weapon skill tree things. And for your primary, what you want is an Osmosis gun. I am using Traveler's Chosen because Traveler's Chosen could get Osmosis with the Catalyst. Traveler's Chosen can be overcharged this season and also has anti-barrier rounds. And Gift of the Traveler makes it so whenever I mess up a little bit or my abilities just aren't charging fast enough for me, I just hold reload and I will get my ability energy back anyway. So I already am spamming abilities like crazy, but just in case there's some downtime, pop this, instantly get most of my abilities back. It's ridiculously great. Exotics also have exotic primaries also have an extra big damage boost as well, so they do more damage than any legendary primary does by quite a bit. So for the helmet, this is so much easier to show now. Actually, this is a billion times easier than it used to be. So for the helmet, you're gonna want to put on Harmonic Siphon, and then currently the ability that you want to put on is disabled, so you want to have Dynamo on. Since Dynamo is currently disabled, I just put Heavy Ammo Finder on because it's also really good. But when Dynamo is not disabled, I would put Dynamo on for this because you're going to be activating your class ability in front of enemies just non-stop. It's just really, really good perk to have for this. And almost all content you could possibly be in, I would always recommend having Powerful Friends on and having all of your friends have Powerful Friends on. It is just too good of a mod not to have on at all times. For the arms, you're going to want Heavy-Handed. And then Focusing Strike, grant class ability energy when you cause damage with a melee, and then causing damage with a melee also gives you your grenade. Melees do not have to be charged for these mods to work, which is why I prefer them over grenade mods. So even if you have no charged melee, when you melee something, you are going to be charging your class ability and your grenade. For Heavy-Handed, you could probably get away with using something else if you'd want, like a reloader or something, when the class item thing comes back. But currently, one of the perks that makes this build really, really good is disabled temporarily. I don't know how long it's going to last, but it's just temporarily disabled. I was using it with it the other day, and it was really good. It was not disabled because of this, so it's not like whatever they're fixing is going to break the build or anything, but yeah, you'll see. For chest piece, put at least one charged up mod in. You don't need two. I have two just because it just seems to help a little bit. And then I put Concussive Dampener. For your boots, you need at least one stacks on stacks. And then for healing, either put better already or recuperation on. If you're doing fine without healing and you like have high recovery armor or something, go ahead and put Absolution on. It's the best one. And then one surge mod is good enough. For my surge, instead of putting stasis, I put void, since like doing damage to bosses and all that stuff, I'm using my heavy and my special, and my primary is for like everything else, so I don't need to have the stasis surge on, otherwise I would stasis surge. And then for your class item, you want utility kickstart, and the mod that's disabled right now, which is Reaper. After using your class ability, your next weapon final blow spawns an orb of power. This one being disabled really sucks. I don't know why it's disabled right now, but it made the build a little bit worse. So right now, I'm just running double utility kickstart, and it's making it work just as good. I have Bomber on, but you could try to get away with putting like anything else you want instead of using an Osmosis primary. I do want my grenades to come back more often. I might try switching it to distribution and changing the stats a little bit around. Not so sure yet exactly what I want to do, but I'm going to try that actually. Anyway, for the exotic boots, these, you get them at the end of the campaign. Make sure you pick them. They are really good. They have really good stat rolls right off the bat when you buy it from the campaign. And then Drenger's Lash spawns 2 additional projectiles. So this is when you use your class ability. Your barricade shoots out the 3 things, right? It tracks them more aggressively, travels farther, and you gain woven mail when suspending targets. So these are really, really good. Woven mail gives you, I believe, like a 60% damage resist, which is just ridiculously good. You're very, very, very tough. That's one of the best damage resists you can get in the game. And then these boots make it ridiculously easy to get because, one, you're going to get your class ability back ridiculously fast because of what I'm doing. If you're using Traveler's Chosen, every time you're out, you could just reload and you'll get it back too in case you mess up. This also means when you use the grenade that we picked, it suspends enemies, you get woven mail as well. So you're going to be getting the 60% damage resist. When you use your barricade, you're going to get your barricade back way before 10 seconds. And then you'll get the 60% damage resist whenever you use your grenade for 10 seconds as well. So it's just, you constantly have a ridiculously high damage resist. This makes you very, very hard to kill, especially because on your boots, if you were going to put better already or recuperation, you're spawning orbs all of the time. You're going to be healing a lot too. If you could get away without these, I would suggest trying Absolution. I just have them on just because it feels safe right now. But yeah. Okay, now to show you my artifact. For the artifact, just pick whichever weapons you want. I put Piercing Sidearms because I am using Traveler's Chosen and I needed one Unstoppable, and then Overload SMG Auto because I use SMGs a lot. For these mods, I would suggest picking Strand Grenade or Strand and Void, or even the Multi-Siphon mod. Depends on like what mods you can't fit into slots or anything. And then for this tree, what you're going to want is Destroy and Entangle with a Strand weapon to suspend targets by the explosion. So yet again, another way to suspend enemies and another way to trigger Woven Mail for yourself all of the time. I put Volatile Flow because this works on all classes. So if you have void weapons on your inventory, even on when you are on Strand, those weapons after you pick up an orb have Volatile on them. So I could suspend the enemies with Strand, and then I actually have Volatile rounds on this. And if you have Repulsor Brace on, you actually get your Overshield still. So if you have Volatile Flow, you're spawning orbs by suspending them, you have Woven Mail, and you have a Repulsor Brace gun, you could literally have the Void Overshield with the Woven Mail resist as well, which is just crazy defense and crazy survivability. For this tree, I would suggest Bricks from Beyond and Allied Unraveling for when you're doing this Unraveling round thing. The reason I have Origin Hones in is because I was farming the Nightfall, and this actually gives you a 25% buff on any weapons with those traits. So a lot of the new weapons have the Nano Tracing Rockets, so it's just a free 25% damage in Nightfalls right now. I'm pretty sure it's like a free 25% damage in Lost Sectors and stuff too. So this is a really, really good perk. This is one of the only ways to get special weapons and heavy to be overcharged, which is a 25% buff. So with this, you could get like rockets that have the 25% buff, or fusion rifles with a 25% buff and stuff while you're in Nightfalls or Last Sectors. So it is really, really good. For most content like the raid and other stuff that does not have overcharge active right now, I would suggest Bricks from Beyond. And then whenever I get to this last one, obviously I'm going to pick Threaded Blast, what is going to complete my Strand build. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I've been hearing a lot of slander about the Strand classes not being very good, but no, this class is ridiculously good. I am enjoying it a lot. I hope you guys are having fun with it because, yeah, I'm like, this build is ridiculously tanky, and it makes enemies unable to fight back. Like, you're just fighting a bunch of floating targets that do nothing to you. It's honestly crazy. The only thing is it just doesn't kill as fast as like an Arc Titan can, just spamming grenades or something, you know. But it is very good for bosses. It is very good for champions. I would say this might actually potentially be the best champion class in the game. So anti-barriers, you do not need an anti-barrier weapon. You could literally lift them up and they cannot fight back. They cannot put their barrier up. So you do not, even though Strand is only supposed to be used for unstoppable, it stuns unstoppables. Stuns unstoppables. It also basically stuns barriers because barriers don't really have that much extra health. You could just lift them up and kill the barriers, and they can never use their barrier against you. It is really good. So yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. If you ever want to watch me stream this game at twitch.tv/GameSager, and I'll see you guys all next time.